people are going to see these videos of the IDF that are gathering ultra-Orthodox Jews for enlistment in the Israeli army, and automatically stereotypes and judgments emerge. It's very important for people to separate their personal assessment of a military uniform or a Hasidic garb. They wear those clothes for a reason, just like any other culture, any other faith. There are elements of the community that dress a particular way. So the Hasidim, the ultra-Orthodox Jews, wear their clothing because it is a long-standing tradition for several hundreds of years. The IDF wears their uniform because in 1948, Israel was finally reborn as a sovereign state in the ancestral homeland of the Jewish people. And for the first time in history, we have the ability to have Jewish soldiers protecting Jewish rights in our land for all of our citizens of whatever borders are being attacked. The friction that has grown between our society over the lack of enlistment in the Haredi communities and the ultra-Orthodox communities is a serious one, because we see our soldiers dying, and we know that we need these soldiers because they are dying for the important cause of defending our freedom. Every citizen of Israel must be involved in that. And while Torah study is an essential element also to the saving of Israel and the spiritual war that we continue to fight, we also need those soldiers. We need them as soldiers. We need them integrated into our society so that we can eliminate some of those frictions that already exist. This is how we will continue to build the exemplary society that Israel can be and already is. But we are not perfect. We have absolutely original dilemmas we have to deal with in a Jewish state. One of them is having left and right, and that friction of hate and resentment over one political policy or another. But what we do share in common is our need for defense of our rights, and all elements of the society must be involved in that. So as you watch the videos of the soldiers and the Haredim and the enlistment and the fights that ensue, take a deep breath and step back. We know that it is not right, and our soldiers and our police don't want to have to do this work, and we have to have empathy for them. We have to have empathy for the young Hasidim who have been led by their leaders to believe that they have no obligation to the state. We have to have empathy for both sides, and we have to suspend our judgment and do what we can to advance the ideas and ideals that we think will help the future of the state of Israel. Our sovereignty is fragile only if we allow these divisions to break us apart and to break our spirit. So let's do more to try and understand, suspend judgment, and perhaps get involved in some of the cohesive coexistence efforts that are taking place throughout Israel. And maybe for those who are in the diaspora, to be able to be involved in those efforts to create them in your own societies, because there is friction between different factions of the Jewish community everywhere. There are people everywhere who are feeling that they do not belong and that they do not have responsibility to our collective future. The debate, the issues of the ultra-Orthodox enlistment in the army, and the army having to be involved and police having to be involved in making sure that they do fulfill their civic obligation, is not an easy sight to see. But that doesn't mean it's a militaristic state, and it does not mean that they are after a violent method of force. No. Those happen when the resistance is violent and when dialogue breaks down. Unfortunately, dialogue is a tough thing to achieve these days. Everybody is on edge. So maybe when we look at these videos, we have to take a step back and say, wow, why is this happening to our people? And what more can we do? What more do we want to see change for the future? And how can I be involved in that? That is what it means to be a virtual citizen of Israel. That's why we've created our global community, and that's why we continue to create resources that you can use to empower yourself wherever you live in the world, even here in Israel. There are Olim who feel also confused, those who have made Aliyah. There are ways that we can feel connected. And as virtual citizens of Israel and citizens of Israel, we can come together. We can connect. We can talk in ways that will educate us and empower us for the future. So whether it is the enlistment of the ultra-Orthodox, or whether it is the building of beautiful Jewish homes in our ancestral homeland of Judea and Samaria, we have to do better trying to understand, accept, suspend judgment, and look for productive and proactive options for response. Only then can we say our fight is just.